okie dokie now. We're going to have a little talk here. We know about the shills. We know about the trolls. But what I'd like to speak about is the turn agents. I'm seeing that it's becoming a problem. So we need to discuss this so people understand what they are, what they do, and where they're coming out of, and all that jazz. You know what I mean? We know for a fact that YouTube hired, 10,000? Whatever the number really may be, who knows, but we know they hired many, okay? And why I want to say they're turn agents versus, what do they call them, online, I don't know, family of YouTube to clean up it from extremists or whatever. It's a turn agent, okay? And we're seeing them not just in YouTube, but we're seeing them on Facebook, we're seeing them on Twitter, we're seeing them everywhere. They're coming out of the woodwork like crazy, and I noticed that when I come across them, they behave very MK Ultra like, where it's just like erratic, fast. Number one, these people aren't dumb, so they can come up with answers. All right. Now, their answers always are pretty much something that's not 100% rational, but it makes enough sense that it can be used, and the way they come at you, it can compound. It can compound to the point where some people start to believe it. And a lot of people that are awake out there not going to want to hear this, but we're going to lose some of you. Some of you are going to fall for it. Some of you are going to start to change your opinions and go off. And, they'll get you into, some other la-la land and draw you into their groups and everything else. And it's going to happen. And there's not much we can do about it, okay? Because they are out there. Somebody spent a lot of money on getting these people out there. And they are. I've said this a long time ago. I even discussed it with Bill the other day. That I didn't even believe that we have seen their arsenal of MK Ultra victims. Because we know there are so many of them out there. That if you took all the ones that we've seen in False Flags and all these other places in recent times, I don't think those are amounting to jack shit of what they really have out there, in their bag. So these people are out there, okay? They don't know they're controlled. It's I'm sure if you watch my videos before, I've explained to you how all this works and how they get involved in these things and how these people become what they become. But they're out there, okay? And whether they understand it or not, it's their job to get people, with, some truth or whatnot, however they want to do it, give enough information, bring you away from your ideas, they want to, if you think, a direct energy weapon is what brought down the Twin Towers, they want to change it. They want to start turning you into something more, in their line, and then bring you down that path. It's just like the church people. They're gonna, constantly bring you the Christian stuff, but what's really behind that Christian stuff? About getting money and everything else. They want to lead you into a path where you're under their control. That's what churches are about. So, and that's one thing that me and Bill had a discussion about today is how, I'm not a Christian. I don't believe in those beliefs, but I believe people should believe in them if that's what they want to believe. Especially the ones out there, Christians that believe in the Christian whatever faith or value system, but also believe not in going to church or supporting, the organization itself. Because those people are going to be very important to combating, everything that's going on today. And not only that, is I believe everybody should have a free right to their own beliefs. But when it comes to turn agents, they're trying to take away your free right of beliefs by turning your beliefs into a direction that's more manageable. All right? We're constantly seeing them come. We know what happened on YouTube. It's coming through like crazy. That's an obvious one. But they're coming everywhere else. And we are going to lose people to them. That's their job. Especially, we see them coming in on page. I've seen pages that went from normal pages and somehow get hijacked and just turned into what the fuck? on Facebook. I'm like, that wasn't the same page it was a month ago. What happened? Turn agents, and they're like sleepers. They'll sit there and go along with everything until they start shooting in their stuff to turn people down a certain path. Got to watch out for them. They are the most dangerous of them all. They're out there. We're seeing them come out of the woodwork like crazy. So be aware of these turn agents. This is something I strongly believe in. Not all of us awake people always get along. Some of us have strong personalities and they clash. But we got to get over the clash part, because I think some of us kind of like, it's almost like a weird thing where we can almost connect online or somewhere else. We just know. We just know when somebody's real. And sometimes we just know when somebody's bullshit. Let's not pass that up. Whatever it is that somehow, makes us understand who each other are and understand that we're, awake. Let's make sure that we grasp onto that and use that to our benefit. Because we need to stay strong when we're getting hit and attacked everywhere. And it doesn't matter where you live or who you are, they're attacking. They're attacking like crazy. And you can't get too caught up in them. With these turn agents, sometimes I've learned that right away you have to hit them. If you start to suspect them, hit them with like certain things. Did kids die at Sandy Hook or not? Bam. That's all. And they'll dance around things like that. Hit them around with questions where your belief system, where you're certain things that you're positive about, of certain chains of events that have happened. And that sleeping people would be the other way. Get them to admit. You force them, stop whatever the conversation's about. I don't care if the conversation is about chemtrails. Force them to commit to answering your question about whether or not kids died at Sandy Hook. Okay, if they won't answer that question, or you see some of them will actually, of course they died or whatever. You got them. Or something else, whatever it is. You got to nail them down with those certain questions right away if you suspect something. Because if they're turn agents, don't waste your time. Do not waste your time. They're just going to be hassle. What you need to do is stop conversating with them, and whoever page they're on or whatever, alert them and say, hey, listen, this is a turn agent. I'm pretty sure of it. You could do what you want. It's your life. But I'm sorry, I can't correspond with you anymore. I got to stay away from your stuff because you are dealing with turn agents, and I can't get involved with that. That's some people you have to cut and let go if they are starting to fall back under the spell, as I call it, I guess, because that's kind of how I've seen it. It's almost like a spell. This brainwashing thing or whatever it is, it's a spell. It's almost like hypnosis. It is hypnosis, I guess, in a way. So I guess that's what it would be. But let's not lose. So let's not lose what we got by allowing these people to get us angry, to get us frustrated, to draw us in. And let's get over some of our differences so we can build something that, is strong enough to get these motherfuckers back. All right?